Plaintiff Jocelyn Cole says she met the defendant through a mutual friend, and had she known he was a criminal, she never would have dealt with him. Jocelyn is suing because she claims she paid the defendant to put a new engine in her car. But after keeping her car for nearly 6 months, he failed to do the work. Defendant Anthony Woods admits that he spent 15 years in prison after being charged with first-degree murder, but he insists he turned his life around while he was incarcerated. Anthony denies owing Jocelyn, and he's countersuing for emotional distress and an impound fee.
Start with you.
I'm here because Mr. Woods is a liar. He's a thief, and he's a con man. He's also a criminal. And he was convicted of a crime for 15 years. Had I known Mr. Woods had that criminal background, I wouldn't have never had anything to do with him.
Where do you know him from?
Well, I met Mr. Woods through a friend of mine who works with his wife. I didn't have any dealings with him until my girlfriend recommended him to do some repair work on a vehicle.
All right, let me allow him to give some background. Sir?
John, my name is Anthony Woods, and I'm the sole proprietor of Tony's Southside Towing, a company based in Calumet Park, Illinois. I own a big towing facility with trucks and a repair facility also, and a car dealership.
Okay, now you're promoting your company, and that's fine, no problem.
But that's not true.
But I hope you didn't do it wrong, because it may backfire.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it wrong.
You may lose all your customers instead of gaining some.
Yes.
Because if it turns out bad for you, they're gonna say, well, I ain't never going to Tony's. I saw on Judge Mathis, Tony ain't no good.
And I'm sorry,
So
but he's
I'll
not.
listen to you. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, Miss Cole is adamant about sending me to jail, somewhere I don't want to be. I've served 15 years in the IDOC in Illinois. I was charged with a first-degree murder with an automobile, and since then I've turned my life around from within the penitentiary. I've acquired my certificates as a literacy tutor. I'm the founder of the I program within the IDOC, the Elders for Youth and Education. I'm responsible for 153 GEDs successfully to other inmates within the IDOC.
Good.
I've since come home and I formed my own company, which is my towing company. And I've worked hard off the sweat off my back. And I got a company with a garage, and I own a dealership also.
I do applaud you. I'm proud. And I think more brothers should come out of prison and do what you're doing. You're a fine example of what you did inside and outside. Good enough. Let me hear what you're suing him for.
Well, Mr. Woods and I entered into a verbal agreement September 14th, 2013. Mr. Woods came to the back of my house in the alley. I had 2 witnesses with me. One of my witnesses helped him hook my car up to his tow truck. Our verbal agreement was that Mr. Woods would put an engine in my car.
For how much?
For the total was $1,200. I said to Tony, I'm going to give you $800, and I made a certified check. And I said, I will give you the balance when the car is finished. He said, okay. So we went to discuss about how long it would take. And he said, well, it should be about a couple of weeks. I can have this done for you. And he towed my car away. Some weeks went by. I called Tony and asked him, trying to call him to ask him about my car. He never would return my call. We're going into October. October comes, I'm calling. Tony wouldn't return my calls. November came, I didn't get my car. I'm calling, asking.
When did you get it?
I didn't get my car back from Tony until February.
What did he tell you the reason was?
Well, every time we did talk, if he returned my call, he gave me some excuse. He was waiting on the engine. He
was the
waiting
engine
on the
replaced when you received it?
No, he didn't put the engine in it.
That's what I'm referring to. Did he perform the engine work?
He never did
February,
anything.
she had me arrested, Your Honor. She's not telling you the whole story.
We're talking about from the time she gave you her money up through today. Have you put the engine in?
Oh, no, not.
Well,
not
then, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
You
Right.
took the woman's money and have not put her engine in. That's the
couldn't
point
put
I'm
her
making.
engine in.
Whatever
She
your
put her car back.
excuse is about to be, you have not put her engine in, nor has he given you your money?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Plaintiff Jocelyn Cole is suing a mechanic who claims Jocelyn had him falsely arrested for stealing her car.
All right, now you can give me your side.
Your Honor, the agreement was for me to repair her car. I brought her car to the shop. We diagnosed the car as just a collapsed lifter. There was no need to change the engine. I told her that it would save her some money. And I put parts in her engine. She had lifters and rocker arms. I got a diagram, sir.
Ma'am, what do you
Your
have?
Honor, I have a statement from the mechanic that I did have my car
see.
towed to, and he specifically stated what was wrong with it.
Customer has a bad engine that's smoking and knocking with a
Not
blown
smoking and knocking.
inside motor. No work was done on the motor.
And that's from the mechanic that
And
did
they charge
do
you
the work.
$1,685.
Yes, that was
All
just
right.
part of it.
What else happened with this case?
Your Honor, because of the delays in the work, Jocelyn got mad and irate. She started texting me and sending me these
No, I
texts,
didn't.
threatening me, talking about she's going to sue me. Okay, that evoked my right to remain silent against her until I get in the open court with her. But
No.
I still spoke to her on through the text, and that's where she texted me and said she was going to call the police and report her car stolen.
Okay.
Her car was not stolen, sir.
If
It's
you
at
didn't
a
give it
shop.
back, that's exactly what it
No,
means.
sir, I have a place of business. She never came to my place
No,
of
I don't
business.
care what you got. You got a chop shop if you're not giving people their
I
cars
don't
back.
have
That's
a
the
chop
type of
shop, sir.
business. And they are illegal. Just because you got a business with a certificate, that's a license to steal. That's what that
No,
means.
that's not a license
But,
to steal,
Your Honor,
sir.
the letter was just to
Let's see it, ma'am.
demand
He says
my
that. What's
car
this about?
back.
What's this about the prosecution? Was he prosecuted for
Yes,
theft?
and he pled guilty.
And you pled guilty, sir?
I pled, Your Honor.
Did you plead guilty? Yes or
yes,
no?
I pled guilty.
That con game. Get out of here.
It's not a
Judgment for the
con.
plaintiff. You didn't plead guilty for stealing the woman's car. Good luck
didn't
to you.
steal
He's
no
a
woman's
con,
car,
man. Get
Your
out of
Honor.
here with that, man. You pled guilty.
She used the wrong venue. You don't call the police and have someone arrested
No.
for auto theft when no auto theft occurred.
No,
I never
Tony-
stole her car.
Tony was given notice to return my vehicle.
But did I steal your
And
car, ma'am?
He didn't.
Did I steal your
The
car?
lawyers and the police
didn't
were the
steal
one
your
that
car.
came up with the charges against Tony, not
No,
me.
your
I'm-
friends came up with the charges. We know
No. What
who wrote
friends,
the charges.
Tony?
The friends of your friends are the ones
Friends
that
of
picked
my
me up on the
friends.
street. They
Okay,
picked me up
people,
off
I don't
the
know who
street.
these
They didn't
friends
come to
are.
my place of business.
Are you a victim of a crime and seeking restitution? If so, go to my website, askjudgemathis.com.